Good morning, everyone. It's your girls from Obscurations, and we're back again. We know we keep doing these like weirdly random long hiatuses, and they're 100% not intentional. Just putting that out there. Not at all intentional. We keep trying to continuously do this our usual week to week. But life has been happening. Life has found a way to
Life, exactly. Life.
it's annoyingly got in the way lately. Like, but we're going to talk about how it. I was going to say goodly got in the way, and then greatly got in the way, and it wonderfully got in the way because Dana finally got to go on her trip to bonny old Scotland. Dance makes it. And we're going to talk about that today. At some point in time, I will warn viewers ahead of time. I am probably going to rant and rave about the new Jurassic World movie. Um, and probably like some other little random ones throughout it. I think Dana's biggest complaint is going to be the fact that she's here and not still in Scotland.
Agreed.
All right, so our wayward wanderer came. So you went from June 25th until July 11th. And let me tell you, V and I were like at a loss without Dana here. Like you would have thought that we were the cats in our household going, "Oh, she's gone." I love that.
So anybody that knows me knows I am a mug hound.
Yes, she is.
Taylor has seen my cupboard where it's like literally you close the door carefully because the mugs are ready to jump out at you if you open it.
Like,
I
okay.
bought 6 mugs.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, this one was so pretty.
Well, yeah.
So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Orange on the inside. It's got the little thing there.
Oh, the
It's
little
like a
stamp.
little
Okay, yep.
crest. And then I bought one that has the Scottish flag on it. So it's like just like the wrap around the whole thing is like the Scottish flag.
Nice.
We bought one at Mingus Castle.
Nice.
And I had to, of course, I had to buy one with a Highland Q on it.
Yeah.
And that is like by far my favorite because it is a giant stone mug and the Highland Q is metal. It's a metal plated Highland Q. So I was like, I'll send you photos.
I was just gonna say, those clearly need to be posted on the TikToks and shared with me. I'm just picturing like
And
it's probably a good self-defense one. Someone comes into the house, bam, hit him with the Highland cue.
but yes, so when Taylor says it was my dream vacation, it was my bucket list
Mm-hmm.
vacation. I have always wanted to go to Scotland. It's been like 40 years in the making. I'm 54, so yeah, about that. um,
Just took a
so my
couple
grandfather was
years.
born there, and it was kind of like so my grandfather died when I was 15. So the years that I did have with them, they spent half of their year in Florida, like the winter months, and then summer they would come back to Canada/US because one of their no three of their children lived in the USA. So I probably got to see my papa 5 weeks out of the year.
Jeez,
if
it's so
that.
so short.
Very short, very short. But he had a great Scottish accent. And he spoke Gaelic because he was born in the Highlands. So his accent was very thick. Even though he had been
Mm,
in Canada for quite some time, he still had that accent.
the thick brogue.
So when I realized you could travel, my pea-sized
Kid brain.
childlike mind was like, "What? I can leave this continent? Airplanes exist." I said I wanted to go to Scotland, and so like my teenage years, I want to go to Scotland. My 20s, I want to go to Scotland. I met my husband, we got married, we had kids. I'm like, I want to go to Scotland. And like here we are. Norm and I have been together for 20, 27, 28 years.
I think so.
And I finally got to go to Scotland. Our son Brendan came with us, which I was so
It's a big
happy.
deal.
At first, he wasn't gonna go, and then
I would have
Norm and
taken
I
his
were
place and
on
been
the
like, I
coach,
will
and
pretend.
we had finally pared down the tour that we wanted to go on. That gave us options, but a lot of free time to explore on our own. So we were like literally a day away from booking it, and our son was upstairs getting a cup of tea, and he's like halfway down the stairs. He's like, "Have you guys booked Scotland yet?" And my husband's like, "No, we're just about to do that." He goes, "Your mom and I just picked a package." And he's like, "Can I go too?" And I think I sent Taylor a message because it was like honestly quite possibly one of the happiest moments of my life.
You did. I still remember getting that message because I remember it so vividly because I was shocked because I know you had been trying to convince him for like a fucking year solid, and I had been sitting there like, dude, like who doesn't want to go to Scotland? Like, shit's
Exactly.
expensive. This is the
And
time. Go
and
do it now.
it's not that the I don't want to sound like I'm an elite wealthy person. The cost wasn't an issue.
Hmm.
My husband and I lived on a tight budget for a very long time, and now we are in the part of our life where we can now enjoy having missed out on 20 years of shit.
Well, exactly. Like you guys have now gotten to that point where you can do some of the fun things that you've wanted to do for so long, and you have the freedom that you can include your kids if you want to. So when BC was like,
Exactly.
man, no, I don't really think so. It's like, I will. There's going to be violence in this here house. Just start taking D20, start whipping across the table at them. What I roll?
So yeah, so our tour took us. We started in Edinburgh, and I'm gonna tell you right now, when we got off the plane, went through customs, you scanned your passport and walked away. um, when we got into we took an Uber from Edinburgh Airport to our hotel because it was like 15 or 16 kilometers away. It's nothing we could have walked.
Not in a short amount of time.
Our Uber driver, what a nice fellow. Like honestly, we did not come across anybody that was not nice.
Yep.
Like everybody was genuinely nice. I know a lot of people are like, that doesn't exist. It does, trust me, it does. But
Well,
anyways, my husband said Edinburgh. And the Uber driver goes, "No, no, mate. We say Edinburgh here." And I was like, "Oh." And I'm in the back seat going, because that's who I am.
I was gonna say I can see you being singer.
So we started in Edinburgh. We went a day early and stayed a couple days later than what our tour was. We wanted to, like, I mean, anybody that knows jet lag can hit you.
Hmm.
It can hit you hard. So we wanted to make sure that when it came time to meeting our tour, we didn't look like Canadian zombies. So we spent a day and a half in Edinburgh exploring on our own, where we went to Edinburgh Castle. We found a Greg's.
I was so you were so stoked about that.
I took photos of me eat. Okay, so like Taylor knows, I don't post pictures of myself on the internet. It does not
I was
happen.
gonna say, and especially not ones where she's eating, because there's
Exactly.
no mukbangs. There's not going to be any weird requests of going, oh yeah, let me see you eat eat that sausage roll. Eyebrows, eyebrows.
It and it's basically because I do have like a mild case of body dysmorphia. I do not like the way I look, and I always think I look way worse than what I do, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
But I was so excited to finally eat a great sausage roll that I literally took a picture of myself biting said sausage roll and posted it on it.
And happily tagged it and everything where it's like there is no question. She's just like mowing down on the sausage roll. And that is just for the record, because we say a lot of dirty things. It is not a euphemism. It is a legitimate sausage roll.
Greg's has my heart. So we did a very touristy thing, which was you pay a fee and there's three buses, a red bus, a blue bus,
Mm,
and a green bus.
yep,
And each bus does a different area of Edinburgh that you can tour.
I
And
like
they're
that.
hop on, hop off buses. Now I did them in New York when
Yes.
myself and my wolf pack went to New York for, I don't know, a week. We did the hop on, hop off, and they're you know what, they're amazing because you can hop on and ride, and then you can hop off when you see something you want to do. So that's what we did. We hopped on and off, and we did all three buses, and it was great because we went by a castle on the outskirts of Edinburgh called Holyrood. And I don't know,
Okay.
it's Rood, Holyrood.
Hmm.
And they were getting ready for the royals to visit. So we left Edinburgh when King Charles arrived. Not that I
That's.
wanted to see Chuck. We're not friends, but it was just interesting.
Hey, Prince
we
Chuck,
got
what's
to
up?
we got to see like the guards going over what they had to do in that. So like practicing, if you will.
Hmm.
So then the next day at dinner, we met our tour. And honestly, we toured with Globus. And I know a lot of people, I've spoken to a lot of people. I would never do a structured tour. Let me tell you something. There were 21 of us on the tour. We had a bus that sat 55 people comfortably with reclining seats, and there were
Nice.
21 of us. 23 if you added Matt and Steve, tour guide and
Driver.
bus driver. We were the only four Canadians.
I'm just saying that probably stuck out like such a sore thumb. The only four polite Canadians in the group versus were all the rest American? Yeah.
And and my American friends, I apologize in advance. Do not, this is a disclaimer. Do not take what I am about to say personally. This is just my experience dealing with the other 17 people on my tour. The four people that were from Alabama were so fucking rude, it
Oh,
wasn't even funny. When your tour guide says we're on a schedule because at 12:30 we have to be at Blair Castle because we have a private tour, you don't
mm-hmm.
be late for the fucking bus. You don't walk by the bus at 11:45 when they told you to have your ass in the seat. You don't walk by the bus smiling and waving going, "Oh, I have to pee." Go fucking pee before. One of my biggest bitches. This woman was consistently late to get on the bus,
Oh,
which would
I would leave
cause
her behind.
Steve, it would cause Steve to speed. And if anybody out there has been to Scotland and has
Hmm.
um, driven down the highway that trolleys along Loch Ness, there's no, Canadians are so spoiled with highway safety. We have guardrails. Scotland is,
Oh, Jesus.
you're in a giant bus that goes up and down. Like it goes down when it's parked to let people off. When people get back on, it raises again.
Yep.
It's a big ass bus. It's straight down to the lock. It's like a foot and a half of road straight down. And you're rounding corners and Steve's speeding because he's got to keep on his schedule because fucktard from Alabama can't be on time. For me, my and I didn't even tell you this, Taylor, because I
Oh,
wanted
God.
to share it today. I wanted you to laugh as hard as hopefully the rest of our friends out there in on the net laugh.
I'm so afraid. I'm afraid of what you're gonna say. It's either gonna be hilarious or it's gonna be like laughter of, oh my God, I
Oh,
murdered
you're
him.
gonna laugh. You don't think karma exists? Oh, but it do.
Oh, I know it
Oh, it
does.
do. We were in Inverness, our first night there, and stupid lady from Alabama. You're in fucking Scotland. You're from Alabama. What are the chances that you see somebody across the street that you know? Thinks thinks she sees somebody she knows, falls and breaks these two fingers. Karma, because that was also July 1st. That was Canada Day, to which bitch face got on our fucking bus at 9:30 in the morning, and we were sitting in the front seats. Matt, our tour guide, said it's Canada Day, you Canadians get the front. Got on our bus, walked up the four stairs, looked at us and went, "Oh, Canada," or however you sing it. I don't know the words. It took everything in me, and I do mean everything in me, not to get up and pop her right in the fucking mouth.
I was gonna say, had she broken her fingers by that point?
No. That's why I said karma, because it was that night that she fell and broke them.
That's what she fucking get. This,
So,
this, just so the American people know, this is why the world hates you. That right there. And let me be very clear. Don't come at me. Not all Americans are like that. There are some super sweet, amazing Americans. I like those ones. I try to collect those ones. I'm just going to do a shameless shout out to Amy because we love her and
Amy!
She's such like she is God. I want to adopt her and bring her here. And she's Canadian. She's Canadian. She's ours. She's taken,
She's an
claimed.
honorary Canadian, like my friend Matt in Seattle.
Yes, exactly. Because she's so fucking nice and sweet and caring and so fucking supportive. Like she is the biggest cheerleader for everyone that she meets, and she's just like, "You can do it. You're amazing. You're beautiful. I love you. You're wonderful. You're beautiful, and I love you, and you're wonderful, Amy." So Americans that are like her, we love you. The world loves you. You're fantastic. Americans like the fuck knuckle from Alabama, the world doesn't like you. The world hates you and wishes that you would fall and break more bones. Like
so
that's just amazing that that happened.
so we had four people from Alabama, four people from Texas, three from Chicago, and then there were five from the Midwest ish. I'm not entirely sure. Um, not
I don't know
everybody was
why.
friendly and wanted to talk to you,
Yeah.
even though you were forced to sit at a table with them to eat dinner. Like on our scheduled dinners with our tour, it was family style. It was like one big table and everybody talked. Not everybody was friendly. Okay, that's fine. I
Well,
didn't go on that trip to make friends. I'm serious. I did not go on that trip to make friends.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, to me, like if you book like a completely private vacation and it were private tours and it was only supposed to be like you and your family, then I get it. Like you don't have to be chatty with everyone else. But when you're in a bigger kind of group setting like that and you know that it's going to be a group setting, and I don't know if it's just a Canadian thing, it could be. Could be because we're just brought up to be nice. Um, you should interact with your fellow travelers because you're spending all bloody day with them and meals.
Yeah,
Like that just seems.
like I talked to everybody, even the rude people from Alabama. I talked to them. I don't care. I
Mhm.
didn't care. The three people from Chicago. So we had a lone traveler. Uh, she was from the Philippines but lived in Chicago, and then the other two people from Chicago were a married couple, and she was also from the Philippines. The two women from the Philippines from Chicago had the same name. And this is where you're gonna have your 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. They did not know each other before going on the tour and realized that they lived 3 blocks away from each other and went to the same church.
How? This is going to be a funny saying now that I'm thinking about how you just. How in the hell they went to the same church? That made me laugh too hard. But like, what are the fucking odds that you would both book the exact same time, the exact same tour, be from the same place initially, same names, go to the same church, end up on the exact same tour at the exact same time? Like that is a one in a million billion kind of setting.
Crazy, eh?
Fucking ridiculous.
So, we spent a few days in Edinburgh, and it was nice. We saw the sights. The architecture in that
Oh my
city
god, yes.
is breathtaking. I mean, breathtaking. If you're somebody that has artistic mind and you're into history, because Matt, our tour guide, although he's British, he's lived in Scotland since 1994. He was so knowledgeable on Scottish history.
Hmm. I should really hope so after being there for 31 years.
Yeah. So yeah, like you could ask him questions and he'd have answers for you like that. After we left Edinburgh, we headed to St. Andrews, home of golf. It was a Sunday, so the golf course was closed. You're not allowed to golf at St. Andrews on Sundays
Assuming because of it
unless
being Saint, it's probably something church related.
that and the only time is when they have like one of the opens, the Scottish or the
Oh,
Scottish
yep,
Open or whatever. I don't know golf.
that's
Anywho,
right.
we went to St. Andrews. We had our picture taken on the green at St. Andrews as a group, and then we kind of wandered around St. Andrews. Had a cold beer somewhere and grabbed a coffee. Headed back to the bus. Then we went to Dunedin. Uh, was that was just like a pee break, grab a coffee, bite to eat type thing, and then we headed to Picklockery. And Picklockery would be the place I would retire.
Oh,
It's on the edge of the Highlands, not quite in the Highlands,
mm-hmm.
but it's very hilly there. The scenery is breathtaking. Picklockery is one street.
Jesus. Oh, that sounds perfect.
The bus goes down that street, pulls into the back into a parking lot, parks, and you can walk up and down the street. Now the street is very touristy.
Mm-hmm.
We found a bar, sat down, had a beer, got back on the bus at the correct time that Matt asked us to be back at the bus.
Hmm. Imagine that.
Huh, imagine. And then we went to, and I'm gonna butcher the name, and I'm so sorry, Athol Palace.
Okay.
It's a castle that was turned into a hotel. And that's where we spent
That.
the next 2 days in said castle.
Yes.
It was awesome. I stole a glass from there.
And you just admitted it on recordings. Someday they're going to come up and be the police.
What are the
Excuse me.
Scotland Yard gonna come after me? Come on, bring it on.
Bring it on, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
So, in Picklockery, we went to Mingus Castle.
Yep.
Now, when I posted it on Facebook, the photos, I had to put in brackets that it was pronounced Mingus because it is spelled phonetically Menzies. Exactly. Like Mackenzie's, Menzies. Menzies. Stop laughing. You're lost in woman world. So if you know your Scottish history, when we went to Mingus Castle, we had again a private tour. It's a very small castle, which was beautiful because it wasn't 28 floors of bedrooms. Remember that. Scott, our tour guide, was Scottish, had his kilt on, uh, red hair, red build, beard,
Red build.
red build. Um,
Built red tough.
told us not to eat the haggis or the blood pudding because he said they're horrible. Don't eat them. But we had already tried haggis, and my husband is now addicted to blood pudding or blood sausage, as they call it over there, black sausage.
Yes.
Um, he was nice. He took us on our tour, and he told us about the castle. And again, this is where the history of Scotland came in. He was talking about Bonnie
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 Prince
Prince
Charlie.
Charlie and the Jacobites
Hmm.
and the
That was
history of that castle and that clan.
that was the one that you were at when you were taking the video and you sent it to B and I.
Yes. Um, Castle's haunted, and that's where him and I became friends.
Oh,
I lied when I said I didn't make any friends. He wasn't on our tour, but I made friends.
you made the important friend. The
So
rest don't fucking matter.
he was telling us that in the one in this one room that we were in, and I think it was the room that I sent you guys the video from.
Yeah, because he had
He was
the
talking. It
monitor.
would look like a very dank dungeony room type
Yep.
thing. So that room was in the basement, and it was underneath the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So at the on the back wall, which were no longer in service because they were this wide, was a staircase that went up to the kitchen. So what those there was two rooms, and what they were rooms where waste would go.
Mm.
So the chamber pots, everything would get dumped into barrels.
Yep.
I don't remember the whole historical aspect of because trust me, my brain overloaded. He was talking about four guys that were taken prisoner,
Mm-hmm.
and they were held captive in that room, um, shackled up, and then after about a week, they were put in those barrels to die.
Yeah. Damn.
Yes. Ew, ew, ew.
Oh,
So,
pickled human.
Scott told us that in that room, he's had numerous women that have been on tours that have come up to him and said, "I'm not going back in that room." They've had their sweaters pulled, hair pulled, pushed a little, but it's always only been women. It's not men. So, one of the things that Scott did while he was telling the story was he had an EV reader. If all you ghost hunters out there know, it's kind of it tracks the electromagnetic
Field.
in the air to if something supernatural is around it. When he started talking about those four guys, that son of a bitch was going, and it didn't start doing that until he started talking about them,
Mm-hmm.
those four people specifically. And he had been talking for a good 10 minutes before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I loved that part, like when you had the camera up and all of a sudden
I
you
just
as soon as
zoomed
you
in on it.
it was the best. Like that made me laugh and so happy at the same time because you're sitting there watching, you kind of look over, and then it's like, fling. It's like being in a movie.
And I didn't want to shout out, "Oh my god, guys, did you see that?" Because he was still talking, and that would have been rude.
I could I could literally hear it in the as you did it.
So
It was like you could hear walk.
we went through our tour, and then we could go look through the castle ourselves if we wanted to. But at noon we were having tea in the one room where, believe it or not, they rent that room out for like weddings or special events.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott and I spoke about it, and he said he would give me a deal if Sam wanted to get married there, and Sam's all for it. So
Let's go, Sam. Let's get you married.
get on
I'm
the
coming.
ball, Philip.
I was gonna say, we're just gonna tell Sam, I'm your mom's plus one. Your dad can bring whoever he wants.
So when we were sitting down and having our scones and our tea, coffee, water, sandwiches, um, Scott and I were talking about paranormal stuff and that, and he was saying that um, at Mingus Castle they've had quite a few overnight paranormal
Investigations.
things, um, not tours, but like where they look for paranormal things. Oh my god, I can't think of the word.
Investigations.
Thank you. Yeah, so paranormal investigations. And he said that he had um, pictures and video of the last paranormal investigation that had happened just a few days before we got there.
Ooh.
And he says to me, he goes, "Do you want to see it?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, buddy. Pull out that
Yeah, I was
phone."
just gonna say that moment where you're like, talk dirty to me. Keep
So
talking.
he he shows me a video of they had a giant portrait of Bonnie Prince
Bonnie Prince
Charlie,
Charlie.
and so the portrait, and right where his face was, this giant orb came out, kind of went like this, and then went back into the painting.
Just a really short visit. Walk out. Nope.
I
Two
wanted to
people
make sure
here.
everything was okay. They had EVP of a child laughing,
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
and then the one that actually reduced Scott to tears, which you don't expect to see a tour guide crying, right?
Yeah, it wasn't in the pamphlet.
Matt didn't tell us about this. He was saying that there was um, a medium that had come on one of the paranormal tours or investigations, and at the end of the investigation, she went up to Scott and she was like, "I have a message for you." Scott was like, "Okay," and she said that I like the she how did he said she said to him, "I liked the striped biscuits. They were my favorite." And he said he looked at her and was like, "Okay,
How the fuck do you know
no,
about
no, no,
striped
no, like this,
biscuits?
right? This isn't happening," type thing. And then she said to him, she goes, "She wants you to know she wants the green dress." And he was like, "What?" So apparently during COVID, his neighbor was an elderly woman, and he would go out and get her groceries so that she didn't have to leave the house.
Oh, that's nice.
And he always he every time he went shopping, he'd buy different types of cookies, biscuits.
Aw.
They call cookies biscuits over there.
Yep.
So he would buy different types of biscuits, but because Pitlochry is literally the size of my house, he started to get redundant with the cookies, and she never told him what ones she liked the most. But the medium said to him,
The striped
"I
one.
like the straight ones best." When he said when he was hearing the medium say this, he was like, "Okay, this is too weird." He said he walked away from her, got his cell phone out, called to have the police answer his neighbor's phone to say that she had passed away.
I just the chills. I just oh, oh
And
Jesus
that's
Christ.
when he was crying because he was like, "This still affects me," and it's been 3 years.
I just that makes me want to cry. That makes the eyes want to leak. But the goosebumps that I just got from that's oh, that is amazing and heartbreaking all at the same time.
Right? I'm
Oh.
like, I'm okay.
But it's
I'm
just
hiding in the water closet. I'm okay.
it's just the air is so clean here. My eyes don't know what to do.
Because we were in a bedroom that had an ensuite.
Oh, fancy.
So my cousin Gladys went with us. So Gladys and I are like, I want to see what the ensuite looks like. So we're kind of like shimmering away from the tour. And I open the door. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, Gladys, look at this. Gladys opens the door. She's like, oh my God. It was literally um, a very thin room.
Yep.
There was a basin with a washcloth hanging over it, or like what they would deem a washcloth, a piece of cloth. And then it kind of raised a little and made like a bench with a hole in it. That was your toilet.
The best ensuite ever. Really, that's high end right there.
So, Mingus Castle was built in the 1400s.
Okay.
Scott is actively working to restore it with
Nice.
government grants and donations. He's the caretaker of the castle, and he
That's so
lives there.
cool.
Him and his
That's
two golden retrievers,
man, I wish
who
I was
won't go
straight.
near the rhododendron bush because there's the ghost of a monk there.
That's so weirdly specific. Do they not like the monk? Did the monk ask them to not? I have questions.
No dog will go near that bush. Because pets are welcome. Like in Scotland, pets are welcome everywhere. Grocery store, you name it, castles, restaurants. It's
I mean,
lovely.
look, you already had me sold on it in the first place, but now I'm just let's sell our shit. Let's move on over. I mean, I'll bring my books. We'll have a nice sized library. We'll help Scott.
Yeah, so apparently, off on the off on the property surrounding Mingus Castle, there was a monastery.
That makes sense.
So, one of the monks haunts the rhododendron bush, I guess.
It's very specific.
but
It's like, yeah, this is my bush. Get the fuck away,
But
dog.
Scott said, people bring their dogs. Like it's just off the parking lot. The parking lot, and then the rhododendron bush is just a little bit away from it. And he said people bring their dogs, and they're saying to their dogs, "Go pee." He goes, and the dogs will stop and stare at that bush, and none of them go near it. He goes, within 10 feet of that bush. He goes, my dogs won't go over there either. He goes, I could throw 58 treats into that bush, and they'll stay there because my dogs won't go get them. I'm
Meanwhile,
like, smart dogs.
the monk's sitting there going, "Stop throwing shit in my bush."
Exactly. You know how hard it is to keep this place clean?
God, we're gonna get rats. This is how you get rats.
So yeah, so we spent a couple days at Picklockery. Then after we left, we headed to the Highlands and we stopped at Loch Ness.
Of
Had our
course.
picture taken. Sorry, no photos of Nessie, folks. I tried. I really did. Tried.
Start offering. Do you want a Krispy Kreme?
At one point, I had Gladys going by. Her eyesight's bad, right? I can see far away good. I can't see close up good. Gladys just can't see at all.
Great pair.
So
Great pair.
we're on the bus and I'm sitting by the window and Gladys is beside me and I'm just looking out and I'm enjoying the scenery and I said Gladys was like, oh, did you see nothing yet? I thought, you bitch, right? I'm gonna get you. So I waited about 10 minutes and I'm like, Gladys. And she's like, what? I'm like, what? Do you see it? Do you see? Doesn't that look like a head coming out of the water? It was a wave, right? But it was the way the wave was rolling.
That's so mean,
Yeah.
but I love it.
It was fun while it lasted. But eventually the wave broke and she was like, oh, that's nothing. It's like, shit. I almost had her convinced.
You're like, I was so close. Why couldn't you hold out
So
longer?
we stopped at Culloden Battlefield.
Oh, Culloden. Yep.
Culloden, pardon me. Yes.
First, just had to think. I'm
Um,
like, oh, yeah.
Gladys was like so pumped because apparently they filmed some of Outlander there.
Yes, that would be so. Okay, don't get me wrong. People are going to come at me, and I just I am not a romance like Outlander is never something you will want to watch because
I couldn't make it through the first episode.
yeah, I was just going to say my mom and I forced ourselves through several seasons and we're like 3 seasons behind at this point because it is so oh my fucking god, all it is romance, romance. Bleh. But the historical aspect of it is phenomenal. Like when it is
Yeah,
set
I
during it,
imagine.
like that was good, and they show the Battle of Culloden in it and the Jacobite uprising, and obviously like how badly the Jacobites got beaten, and Bonnie Prince Charlie retreating and all that fun stuff. So really well done show. Don't get me wrong, phenomenally well shot, great historical points in it, like all of the things, fantastic. Just so much fucking useless romance for me. Like, show me more blood and guts. Like I don't. Hmm. But that scene, oof, that battle was
So
bad.
the battlefield is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's big, and they have like a museum, and then you go through the museum, you go outside, and you can walk. They have paths on the battlefield, right?
Yes.
Now, again, a disclaimer. My American friends, I do not lump you all in to the same pile of trash that I saw on my vacation. Thank you. It's a battlefield. There are signs all over the battlefield. I'm not talking giant billboards. I'm talking like little signs that are about this high off the ground, kind
Yep.
of angled up, that literally say, this is the site of many deaths, and we treat this land as a graveyard. Please be
Yes.
respectful.
It's gonna be bad. I'm gonna. I.
Three. Three of the Americans spitting their gum on the ground. Trash can right there. Scotland is a very, very clean country. And I'm not shitting you. I was in Edinburgh, Inverness, and Glasgow, and I saw no trash on the ground. It's clean. To see these three be so disrespectful as to spit gum
On a
onto
battlefield.
onto land where, for all you know, you could be standing on five buried souls.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of a lot of people died there. Don't think they gathered them all and buried them accordingly. So, um, our goal was to find the Outlander place. So Gladys and Brendan went to one place where they thought it was,
Mm-hmm.
and Norm and I kind of veered off and went another way. So Gladys and Brendan come back, and we meet at the basically the Y, right? And Gladys goes, "I can't find it. That wasn't it." The battlefield. When I say it's huge, it's huge. You need a good 4 or 5 hours to walk it. We had an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So
I was
we
gonna
could have,
say.
you know, so we go, and they have um a structure on the battlefield that was used as a hospital during the battle.
Yes.
And I think you saw the picture. There's a lovely picture of the four of us with said structure behind us.
Yes.
And I everybody has said it's a really good picture of all of us. We get on the bus, we're heading to Inverness. We get to Inverness, we get into our hotel, we all get in our rooms and that, and then we were getting back on the bus to fuck. Where did we go? I
Was that
forget
the
where we went. But anyways, um, the one lady gets on the bus and she says, "Gladys, did you find did you find Outlander at Culloden Field?" And Gladys was like, "No, I couldn't find it." Gladys was looking for a big ring on the ground. I don't know why. Whatever. So said woman says, "Oh, well, in the hotel, if you go down the hall where the pool is, there's a picture of it on the wall. You can see it. At least it's something."
It's
God was like,
true.
"Oh, okay, great." So we get back to the hotel, and to get to our room, we have to go by the pool and the spa. So as we're walking, I stop and I look at the picture, and I'm like, "Gladys." She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Look, it house look familiar?" That was us standing in front of the Outlander structure.
Yep. I was going to say because I remember that structure being in the show.
Apparently, it was the one main character hooked up with or was looking for somebody. I don't know the character, so I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was they met there, they banged. I don't know something.
I mean, that basically is the entire premise of the entire series. And I was looking up to see the stats for it. So Great Britain had their strength going into the Battle of Culloden was 6,900 to 7,200. Somewhere in there lies the number of soldiers they sent in. They only lost 50 men. That's all that died of theirs. That's it, 50.
Okay,
Very important to remember that. Only 259 were wounded. Now, for the Jacobites, they had between 5,000 and 6,000. So, decent size difference between the two groups, but not horrible. Now, the casualties were between 100 or 1,500 to 2,000 killed and wounded of just Jacobites, along with another 376 captured. So, for those fuck-knuckle Americans who decided to spit upon the graves, essentially, of about 2,000 Jacobites, go fuck yourself, bud. Like, just,
I'm not a mean person,
you be about to
but
be.
I really hope a spirit attached to one of them bitches and went back to Alabama with them. And has thus in the last week made their life a living hell.
I completely concur. You know what? I hope that there's some bad shit and bad juju that went back with them because and you know what kills me is that if someone did that on one of their sites like that, they bet you any money they would have lost their shit and be like, "Hey, you can't do that. This is where they fought." Blah, blah, blah.
On one of the Civil War battlefields?
Yep,
Oh fuck.
exactly. If you did it on one of those, you'd never hear the end of it. Well, guess what, Betty Sue? I'm sorry to anyone who's named Betty Sue.
So so after we left the Clawton battlefield, we got to Inverness, and for me that was like the big part of the journey for me because
Hmm.
that's where my grandfather was born. So I was able to procure the street he was born on. Use the term loosely. The street he was born on. It's now a church, but at least I saw it. And
Hmm.
as it was so where our hotel was Loch Ness, one of the rivers that came off Loch Ness.
Hmm.
was right out our door from the
Oh
hotel.
yeah.
The, the church was right across the water.
Makes that easy to go, that right there, that.
Pop.
Exactly.
So when we were in Inverness, um, we went to this little gift shop, buy some stuff. If you can see, I bought thistle earrings.
Oh my God, I love them.
They're so pretty. My
They're so
son
colorful.
bought me this.
Oh. Oh, I like it.
So it is my grandfather's family name, and it's the origins. It's, as you can see, it's like a 5 minute read.
I love that.
So they pretty much had it for every clan in Scotland.
Damn
So
it.
yeah, I'm part of the Wood clan. So it was interesting because the Wood name actually comes from, I'm gonna butcher this, Lancashire, England.
I think that's
Lancashire.
I think that's how you say it, or it's just gonna be like Worcestershire all over again. Where are you from?
So you're like,
Worcestershire, Shire.
Larry, I need your help. Anywho, the wood name comes from there. The They left England and went to Scotland in the 1200s.
Wow.
Yeah, but their name was born in Britain, and like most the way the book explains it, people didn't have last names.
Mm-hmm.
So if your father's name was John, you were John the second.
Yep.
As population grew, and my God, they would be splitting stones now if they were still around.
Hmm.
As population grew, they had to devise a different way to identify who belonged to what family.
Yep.
And this is where it gets interesting. So, if your father's name was John and you were his son, your name became John Johnson.
Yes.
John, son of John.
Yep.
And it's amazing because it really makes you think. But a lot of their names also came from professions.
Mm-hmm.
Wood, woods with an S, um, and any variation of that has the word wood in it, Woodson, Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to trace their
Lineage.
genealogy back, they would find that somebody in their family either cut down trees or was a woodworker.
Yep.
So it was an interesting read. I read it over breakfast one morning.
Of course you did.
But yeah, so it was nice to learn where my family name came from.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see the church that my grandfather was born in. That used to be his house.
Once upon a many years
Oh,
ago.
before they had roads and a bridge to get over said water.
Just paddle across. It's fine.
No, he was born in 1902, so I'm sure they had a bridge back then.
It was just one little twig.
After you know, um, we spent 2.5 days, almost 3 days in Inverness. Saw a lot of sights. Did some castles. We did Blair Castle, which believe it or not, has a Scotch distillery in the castle. Go figure.
I'm so
If you think
shocked.
there's a lot of Scotch in the LCBO, you ain't seen nothing.
Okay, side story to that. Okay, two double side stories. One, if this gets to the 1 hour mark and it glitches, we will continue recording. We'll just exit out, start a new one, all that fun stuff. just because I'm thinking ahead because I'm now paranoid about this stupid thing, and we're still working on finding a better system because we're still not happy with this one. So, you technology. Two, before you went to Scotland and your house fell apart the night that we were trying to do some episodes, um, I had looked up stuff about Scotch specifically, like the history of it, and I didn't realize that at one point in time it was outlawed in Scotland. That oh fuck, which one was it? One of the poets was actually one of the tax collector men
Yeah.
and was famous for it. And I was like, I learned so freaking much, and that everyone basically had a goddamn distillery in their house. They're like,
So,
oh yeah,
um, a lot of the castles that you go to will have a silver mug on display, and it's called a tax mug.
yes,
So, it was interesting because Scott at Mingus Castle told us that when they came to collect taxes, you had to give them a drink in that mug. That's why it was called the tax mug.
there is.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah.
So another bit of history that Matt laid on us that again both Norm and I looked at each other and thought I never knew that. One of the Americans was questioning why Scotland drove not only on the wrong side of the street but the wrong side of the car. And Matt said it wasn't Scottish people that did that. It was Napoleon.
I feel like I knew this for
And
some reason.
Napoleon did it because he was
Robert Burns.
left-handed.
There we go.
Robbie
Sorry,
Burns, a poet?
he was actually a Scotch tax collector before he was a poet.
Yes. That's why they have Robbie Burns Day.
Yep.
So, the reason why the wrong side of the road, wrong side of the car, Napoleon was left handed, and at the time they didn't have automobiles. They barely had carriages. Everybody was on horseback.
Yep.
In order for you to protect yourself,
Yep.
you had to have your right hand control of your horse, your left hand control of your sword or your
Hmm.
joust or whatever. So therefore, you're on the wrong side of the road. It was interesting. So it was fun. That was fun to learn.
Well, I love that because I didn't know that for the longest time. And then I had done research into that because I was curious. I think it was after like watching a period piece. And I'm like, what was the reason? And it also harkens back to why we call shotgun in the car being the passenger seat is because on this part of the world, I don't know if it was the same over there, but that was the person who sat in that seat held the shotgun while you drove. They held the
Yep.
shotgun and would shoot everyone. But it was the same theory of you drive on the opposite side of the road because that side of the road would have the hidden spaces where people could come up and get you and take your
Yep.
shit.
You wanted to have your dominant hand
Free.
available for slashing, hacking,
Wait,
shooting,
wait,
whatever.
wait. No, no. We'll do like
What?
like I don't know why this made me laugh so much. You had to have your dominant hand for skimmies. Like, man, just the instant. That's all I could think. It's like you need to have your hands free so that way you can double skimmy everyone. Exactly. Fan the
So
ball.
I never expected to purchase books in Scotland,
Which I'm
but
shocked about that you didn't think that you would.
there's just so many things that I had to do, and so see the size of this book, Scottish Ghosts. Can you see the price?
For
Four
well,
pounds 99.
that's what I thought that it said. £4.99.
So I was like, ooh, Scottish Goose, ooh.
Yep.
And then I got this one in Inverness. I'm sorry, my light is retarded. Um, it is
Nice.
Highland
Oh.
Folktales. It's not too thick, so
No, that'll be a
maybe
quick
a
read
day,
for
day and a
you.
half. And then this one is Scottish Folktales. So this is all of Scotland. This is just the Highlands. So
I
yes, you can borrow them when I'm done.
was going to say, I cannot wait for you to read them because I'm just going, yoink.
Well, I bought the Stephen King book
Hmm.
in Scotland because the one store that we went to in Edinburgh on the day before we came home, as I was looking for more snacky snacks for our
Yeah.
D&D session next week.
I'm just picturing poor Jeff's going to have nothing to eat because he's so freaking picky.
Sorry, Hefe. I got I got three different types of chocolate bars, and the one literally says Inverness on it on the wrapper. It's like long chocolate bar Inverness. Um, and for those of you out there that know nothing about Scotland, Scotland's national drink is Iron Brew.
Hmm.
It's an orange soda that tastes like cotton candy. It's
Yes.
amazing. And it has less sugar than a Coca Cola, and it outsells Coca Cola.
Yep.
What I found was this whole assortment of different types of candy with the Iron Brew flavor.
I cannot wait for that.
And believe it or not, I only drank one when I was over there.
I mean, you
I
had
only drank
one,
one.
so you're not going to lose your Scottish, history, and you did play the bagpipes. So,
Yeah, yes, I did. So in Glasgow, um, we toured a bagpipe museum,
that's so cool.
and we were all given a chanter, which is the pipe where the noise comes out of. And if you've ever played recorder, because that's exactly what it is you have the hole at the back for your
Oh my
thumb, and
god.
then you have eight or nine holes on your chanter, and you have your different keys.
Hmm.
Mad, mad, mad respect for pipers. Fuck me. Even if I'd started when I was 5 years old, I wouldn't have the lung power to do that. God bless your souls. Oh, seriously. So, our tour guide, such a tiny, nice little fellow. He's actually competing in the World Championships next month in Glasgow.
Holy shit.
Um, yeah, he's that good. He taught us Mary Had a Little Lamb on our chanters. So then he says, anybody want to try playing the bagpipes? I'm like, hello, people.
I would say
Hello.
I would have been racing
Okay.
you for it.
I'm like, okay, they're gonna revoke my Scottish heritage card if I say no. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So he gets me set up, and he says, so you have your pipe that you blow into,
Hmm.
and it fills the bag that's under your arm, and then you have your chanter down here. So what you have to
Yeah.
do is you have to fill that bag first. So fill the bag, and then squeeze the bag to make the noise, but still blow in to keep the bag filled while you try to remember the keys.
That is
No.
just.
I lack the coordination. I made music.
That's true. You did make
I
sounds
made
come out.
music. I made noise, and it sounded good. Everybody was like, holy shit, you sound like a pro. I did not. I sounded like three whales dying on the shoreline. I will, for the benefit of all of you guys, I will post the video of me playing the bagpipes. It's only like 17 seconds long.
Yeah, I would say it's not a long video, so it's
But
perfect for the TikToks.
the one lady, Beth, who was on our tour with us, she tried it too. And so she when we were walking out, she goes, "Have you played the bagpipes before?" And I'm like, "No, I said, never played them." She goes, "Wow," because she goes, "You added like a little flair there at the end." She goes, "Totally made it all your own, like I was writing music for fuck's sake." I'm like, yeah, no, I was just pressing holes at this
Yeah, I was just
point."
gonna say that moment where you're like, you know that they have not played the musical stuff when they're like, you did really well, and you're like, all I was doing was this. Like I was covering holes and it was happening.
So it's interesting because if you blow too hard, you make no noise at all.
Really?
If you blow too low, you make that very low sound.
Hmm.
In order to get that high pitched bagpipe sound, you have to have shut up, but you have to have the perfect blow.
I obviously, all right, well, this is just, you know what, hate crime. Because obviously, as a lesbian, I will not have a good blow.
The way he explained it is like with any woodwind instrument,
Mm,
you have reeds, but
yep.
you have two reeds in bagpipes, and in order to get the
Oh,
sound, you have to get them to vibrate. If you blow
yes.
too hard, they stick together. If you don't blow hard enough, they separate. So you literally got to have the perfect
Yep.
blow to get them to move. I had the perfect blow. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to tell Norm that he's a lucky man. You have the
Oh,
perfect
he
blow.
does. But all in all,
So much confidence.
absolutely, um, quite possibly the best experience of my life. Sorry, kids. I mean, birthing you was fun, but Scotland kind of trumps it now. uh, I left my heart and my curling iron in Scotland. I had to buy. So when we packed up the hotel, when we packed up from Inverness, because we left so early in the morning,
Oh yeah.
we had to have our bags outside our door at 6:30 a.m. So
I,
Gladys, who is as slow as a turtle and as unorganized as one could think, I have to pack her and myself. And my curling iron must have fallen, and it fell in between the two
oh.
beds, and I didn't realize it. So then when we got to Glasgow, take a shower, blow dry my hair, and I'm like, oh, I'll put a little curl in it. I go to curl. I'm like, what the fuck am I curling? Like, oh. And I mean, I'm not going to buy a new one there because I'm not going to be able to use it here.
Yep.
So, so yes, my heart, my DNA is back in Scotland.
That's true. It is
I said
now.
to Norm, I said to Norm, I says, you know, them maids are going to find my curling iron, they're going to pull the hair off of it, they're going to go commit murders and throw my hair on the body.
That moment where you're like,
Frame me.
I, where were you on December 9th? In Canada. Are you sure? I'm
Your
pretty
hair tells a
positive.
different story.
Your hair says you were still in Inverness. I wasn't, I swear. It's the maid. She did it with the candlestick.
So this afternoon, when we're done our podcast and Norm and I are settled down, I got a new laptop. So our D&D sessions should be lit now. um, I he had asked me before if I wanted to do the ancestry.ca to trace my family,
Yes.
and I always said no because I was afraid of what I'd find. To be honest with
Oh, I totally understand that.
you, well, I mean, I know my dad had an illegitimate child before he married my mom. It's like, I don't need to be finding anybody like that. But he said that you can do it without DNA. You can just do. He did it for his mom. You
Okay.
just put in what you know, and they link it to what if
Yes.
anybody else has. So what I'm going on is my cousin Kimmy had done it a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but like 6 or 7 years ago. That's when she found that photo of my doppelganger, my great great grandmother
Yes.
from the 1800s, who her and I could pass as twins.
Yep.
It's freaky. Um, all that information should be there. So, I would be able to um go back and see the manifest from the ship from when my grandpa came to Canada, but
That's
I'd
so
also
cool.
be able to go back to his parents, my
Hmm.
great his grandparents, so my great great grandparents, and I would be able to branch off to his brothers and sisters
That's so
to
cool.
find their families, and then I'd be able to contact my family in Scotland.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
So that's my goal.
Oh, and your new laptop will make that possible now. Eyebrows, eyebrows.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like I am
So
so just I'm jealous of the trip that you got to go on. I'm happy that you're back because you being so far away, I apparently did not like. But like, let me make it clear to everyone. She, at no point in time did she not stop. Like, she didn't stop talking to B and I. She talked to us every day, like
even
nothing.
video chatted us.
I was gonna say she video chatted us. She told us all about it. She showed us videos. She showed us pictures. She showed us everything she was eating. Like, she did not go out of contact. But you would have thought by the way that Veronica and I acted, that you had disappeared off the planet like fucking Amelia Earhart. Like, she's been gone for
Like when
3 days!
Thanos put the last stone in and half the world disappeared, I went with it.
Meanwhile,
Thanks, Tay.
meanwhile, she stayed in contact the entire time. Then we're like, okay, we may not see her every single day, but we're like, but it's like your comfort blanket or something, or your comfort stuffy, or a comfort fucking pop thing, and you're just like, I just need to know that it's here.
I was simply getting in touch with the motherland.
And that was like,
Oh, and they
Yee!
came.
Yes! All the people
I
that
have to set them up and charge them.
it didn't take too long to charge them. Like mine, I charged them pretty quickly. So I'm excited to use them. We'll mic ourselves up so that way Kirst can't complain that she can't hear us. So I'm excited for all of that. I'm excited. I mean, I'm just excited in general, just to have our D&D session, of course. And I won't lie.
Obviously.
Okay, so if this continues to hold up, maybe I'll get the entire comment in. I keep thinking I'm like it's gonna freeze at some point in time when I'm mid sentence again, like a little bastard that it is. Um,
No, it
so
seems to be working good. It might have been my laptop, actually. My old one.
touch wood. Um, so uh, well, once you went over there and you started kind of showing pictures and all that stuff of Scotland, I am now more confident in my DMing skills and our abilities to play D&D. Obviously, I have the already like pre-made things. However, on top of making a campaign for us, I am now going to be branching out and making an entire world for our little band of merry adventurers, like from scratch. So I am slowly putting together a world of which I want to include like the lore that we have in our world currently. And one of the inspirations that I kind of had, like obviously I love things about like ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Rome. So that stuff will be in there. However, I want to heavily rely on things like in Scotland. You guys might be running into some banshees in the future and stuff like that. Because, like I said, once you got over there, I'm like, I do love me some Scotland. It's my heritage too. And then there's just
And I looked for your last name
the Rorison or
in
McDonald.
in the clans.
Did you see anything?
Both. I found McDonald was like
Well, I would say they're one of the biggest clans.
finding McDonald was easy. I didn't find the other
Yeah.
one, Rorson,
I don't know how
but I
many.
did look.
I know, like, even when you were talking about, because you found there's your puppa you found in the war memorial, if I remember right. Is that what it was?
No, in town hall,
Was it town
in
hall?
the
That's what it was.
the town hall.
Yep,
His name's on the war memorial, but that's in Dieppe.
that's fair. You just
Fair
jump.
enough, but yeah,
You're close.
just a hop across the pond.
It's fine as well. I mean, you were closer there. I'm just gonna go wandering around to all of the different sites. I mean, fuck. You think about all the people over there who are like, "Oh yeah, I went to Italy for the afternoon," and you're like, "What do you mean for the afternoon?" I'm like, "Oh well, I just hopped on a train, trained it over, then I went to
Yeah,
Spain the
like
next
the
day."
the first time I went to Luxembourg.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I went to Luxembourg, and I was talking to Norm that night, and I was like, "Yeah, I drove to Germany and France today." Yeah,
Meanwhile,
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I was going to say, meanwhile, here in Ontario, like the world doesn't realize how gigantic our provinces are. Again, reminder because Americans will hear this and go, it's not that big. We are the biggest landmass. I think now Russia is back to being bigger than us because they've taken over more land again, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
However, it goes between us and Russia for the biggest. So for most of my lifetime, we've been the biggest landmass in the entire world. We live in a very teeny tiny area of it, but we are the biggest one. Um, and Ontario is actually, I think, like 1.5 times or 2 times bigger than Texas. So all of the Americans are like, "Oh, well, Texas is so giant. It's big. Don't get me wrong."
we got
How
'em big in Texas.
exactly my thought. Then you're like, "Okay, well, you can get out of Texas faster than we can get out of Ontario. You could travel for a solid day and still be in Ontario and go, okay, we getting anywhere yet? We've crossed a whole bunch of different areas, but you're still in Ontario." But it's just such a
Like,
difference of, oh yeah, here I traveled 5 minutes. I am still in Windsor. I haven't left the province. I haven't even left my city limits, let alone gone to a different country.
so before we say goodbye, I just want to let everybody know. So while North America was sweltering,
Oh, you bitch.
and my friends got swamp ass,
Fucking
the
me.
average temperature in Scotland was 65. Jeans and hoodies were what we mostly wore. Thank God I took a sweater. And the sun goes down at 11 p.m. and gets up at 4 a.m.
Jesus Christ. Rude.
And when we questioned Matt about why the sun was out so long in Scotland, he told us that Scotland is on the same latitude as Juneau, Alaska.
You know what? I never thought about that before. But yeah, it's pretty fucking high up there.
Uh huh.
And yet,
So like the one morning the sun was peeking through the curtains in the hotel, and I jumped out of bed. I practically pushed Gladys. I'm like, "Get up, we're late!" And I'm like throwing shit around. It was 4:30 in the morning.
oh my god, poor Gladys.
Yeah, she hated me that day. But I'm like, why did you come up so early, son?
Why, son? Why? Why did you do this to me? And let me tell everyone who's
And
listening and watching to this that Dana, what was it? Like day 2 of being there was messaging with me and V and saying, we need to come back. She had just gotten there. She hadn't even left yet. She was still at the start of her adventure and was already saying, we need a girls' trip. We need to come here. I want to come back now. It's like, Dana, you're still there. She's like, I want to come back.
yeah, it is absolutely definitely 125% someplace I need to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a lot. I want to see more.
Yes.
There's still so much more I want to see. Would I love to build a house on the shores of Loch Ness? Absolutely. Can I? No. And do you want to know why? For those 27 miles of loch, all that land is protected. You will not see a house for 27 miles on either side of that loch.
That is amazing.
It's crazy.
That's,
But
we'll just live in a tree.
it literally means when you're driving down that highway, and don't ask me the names of the highways. It's like A80 or 80A, something like that. When you're driving down
Mm-hmm.
that highway following Loch Ness, it's beautiful because it is untouched. All you see are sheep, cows, coos. Pardon me, coos. There's no W in Scotland.
There's coos everywhere.
And deer, waterfalls everywhere. Like when you get in the Highlands, like Brendan took a lot of pictures, and I need to get his pictures because he took more pictures than I did of the Highlands because I couldn't get at my camera, and it was
Mm.
raining really hard, and my window was wet, and it was like, ah. But his side of the bus was good. um, it. I know people. Their mountains aren't
Yeah.
high. It's not Kilimanjaro
Rolling.
for fuck's sakes. They're only about 4,500 feet up. Um, it's just the way they lay
Yep.
and they overlap. It's gorgeous. Like I mean, people stop on the side of the road and they drive like fucking maniacs over there. Steve, our bus driver, drove like a fucking maniac. I love that man, but he drove like a maniac. Um, People just stop on the side of the road to take pictures. The side of the road is this big, by the way.
It's not like
You
on the
know how we have a
401.
shoulder? They have an elbow. They have an elbow. They don't have a shoulder. They have an
They're
elbow.
like, here's the shoulder. This is what you get.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend go if you have the means. Go
Which is
if you
exactly,
want a well structured tour
yes.
that gives you free time. Go with Globus. You're gonna get the history. You're gonna get to visit castles if you want to, play golf if you want to, go to the Bagpipe Museum, but you're also going to have a shit ton of free time to go and do your own thing. and that's what I really liked about it. Because when Norm had addition, like initially said a structured tour, I was so pissed because I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't like being told what I have to do and when I have
Mm-hmm.
to do it. This wasn't like that. I mean, walking tours through the city, they last about an hour and a half, 2 hours. You walk about 8 to 10 kilometers. It's not bad.
Hmm.
Think I put my new niece to the test. That's for sure. They're not bad, but you see so much and you learn so much, and it
Hmm.
is honestly, definitely do it, do it, do it. Don't wait. Go, go, go. Save your pennies. I'll
Well,
tutor guide you.
I was going to say, and it's one of those things of, I know, like I said, we talked about it immediately within 2 days of you being there. We need to go back here. And it's why I said to V, it's like, okay, because we know roughly how much it costs based on what you paid for it. So for V to, I mean, V and I are single ladies. All the single ladies. I don't know why I always have to sing that part. It always just comes to my mind.
Oh, oh.
Yes, this is why she's my best friend. um,
We just share the same brain.
the one brain cell that's going, oh, 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 oh. But when V's like, yeah, I could probably make it work for next year. I was like, we can take two, because that's a lot of scrimping and saving for her. Like, I have some savings. I would like to keep continuing to add to the savings. If my mom wants to come with us, obviously it would be twice as much, but then we know, okay, here we go. Here, we're saving X amount of money. And what I'd really love to be able to do is I want to do it, if we could do it probably, as much as I want to be there for the gay part of the year, I would love to go see Scotland in the autumn. Like, I'd love to see all the fall colors. No?
There's no colors.
No? How did they get no colors? They have trees everywhere. Where do their colors go?
Yeah, because of the climate there, their trees go from green to brown. Because Matt said the same thing, because Matt's a photographer
Mm-hmm.
on the side, and him and I were talking on the bus, and I was, we were talking cameras, talking about what cameras we have and lenses and that. And I said to him, I would love to come back in the fall with like my 500 millimeter, my good lenses, my cameras. I said, and just take pictures of the sides of the locks in the fall with all the colors. And he goes, we don't have colors here. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, the trees go from green to brown. Maybe you might get a little yellow in there. He goes, but we don't get the reds and the oranges like
Really?
Canada does.
Wow.
I was like, damn.
That, like,
So
that's mildly disappointing for them.
sorry
Because,
to burst your bubble. We can still go in the fall, but you're not going to see colors unless you're looking at kilts.
okay. I mean, that I'm fine with that too. Shucks. I mean, and if Henry Cavill wants to wear a kilt and wander through the Highlands, that would be fucking fantastic. Um, Mildly distracted myself. Um, but well, my thought was that, like, basically September October timeline makes it easier for me for booking off multiple weeks in a row, because so many people want the summertime. So like June, July, August, everyone's like, "Oh, I want all those months off. We want all the summertime off." And because though I am celebrating 10 years this year at my company, my seniority when it comes to my particular subsect of what I do, I am the low man on the totem pole, which is a pain in the ass. But at least if I know, like, okay, hey, you know what? During those months, next to no one has the time off, or they go for like the long weekends where they're like, oh yeah, we want to take off the Labor Day,
Right.
Thanksgiving. So if I'm kind of like in between those times, I could probably get 2 to 3 weeks off and then never come back because I meet the love of my life over in Scotland and then I just stay there forever in a castle. Or I find some
Yeah.
uh, old elderly count who's 92 with a heart problem.
I
And
sent you that TikTok. Get
I
on that.
know. That's why I referenced it. I laughed so hard when you sent that to me. I'm like, get on it. Okay, I'm ready.
I can't. I'm not single, so I need you guys to like get us a house.
Come on, V. Take one for the team. But
That's
yes,
right. Take one for the team. He'll be dead soon.
exactly. What's the worst that could happen? She has to touch his pee once. It's probably what would kill him. Just have the best
Hopefully.
orgasm of his life and then his heart explodes. But yes,
Yeah, exactly.
we
Exactly.
definitely, that is definitely on the list for us all to go to. And I'm 100% serious about it. Just for anyone who's out there going, oh, they're just saying it. I have like all of us. We're all horrible for it. We're like, we need to do this, and then a year comes and goes, and we haven't done one road trip. However, the desire is to do that, and then what I would also like is because we're not doing Scotland next year, obviously, um, to be able to talk to you and V because obviously you don't need to have booked time off. You're in the wonderful life of retirement already. So we don't have to worry about you for that. It's me and V that are the problem.
Grand.
So I would like next year for the three of us to be able to do like a girls' trip, take a week of vacation, and either drive around the country or fly over to Newfoundland or PEI, Nova Scotia, or what? Yes?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Because I would love to see. Don't get me wrong. I want to see the rest of the world because the rest of the world is absolutely gorgeous. Scotland looks like one of the most beautiful places on this planet. However, in Canada, we do have some of the most beautiful sceneries that you can see. And like most Canadians, I have not done much traveling outside of Ontario. Like I've been as far as Toronto, maybe just the other side of Toronto
Montreal.
for, yeah, I'd say Montreal for you. So, and for those who don't know the lay of our land, like that's pretty much like Montreal is an 8 hour car ride for us, I think, roughly 10. So about a 10 hour car ride for us. And I mean, again,
12
you,
if you're my husband.
so 10 for us. um, so again, beautiful
9 for
scenery,
me.
but we have the issue of like we don't travel much within our own country. And we really should because every time that the fucking movie goes, oh yeah, we shot this in Canada, I'm like, fuck, that scenery's here. Like, god damn it, I should probably go see my own country some more.
Yep. Lock
And I
and
mean,
Key.
obviously,
That show that was on Netflix, Lock and
yeah.
Key.
Was it shot in Canada?
That was filmed in Nova Scotia.
Motherfucker. I did not know that. See? This is what I'm talking about. Fucking Americans coming over going, yeah, we would like to use your land because it's pretty. Ours is kind of okayish, but we've, you know,
That is cheaper.
oh god, yeah. Which is weird because it's Canada and we are not a cheap country. Let me say that is one of our things. We are not cheap. We the classy
Apparently,
house.
we put out for cheaper prices. My God, woman, we got to wrap this up. We're at an hour 40.
Yep, we're good. We're good to wrap this now. I almost choked on my fucking water. Well, thank you all for listening to us, and we do swear we are trying to get back to a more regular schedule and getting back into posting more. Like, I mean, we posted that ethical question like 2 months ago and never got back to it, and we will. I promise you. Like, we do have
I
things.
don't even remember what it was.
I don't remember. We'd have to go back and reread it and actually respond to it. But now Dana has a new computer, and I think that she was actually right. It must have been her computer that was giving the issues because we made it an entire hour, 40 minutes without any glitchiness. So, huzzah!
Yes. Oh, and if you do follow us on TikTok, don't be alarmed if you see like cross stitching posts. It's my hobby.
I like, don't be
And
alarmed.
I'm working on Taylor's cross stitch right now, so
which she might murder me for at this rate.
oh, that's crossed my mind.
She's like, as she's stabbing
After we
violently
go to
through.
Scotland.
I'm gonna die in Scotland. She's gonna be like, oh hey, look over this cliff for a second. No. As I go tumbling down. This is
See the lock
fair.
down there?
Do you want a closer look? When I get to the bottom, I found Nessie. Yeah. So yes. So thank you
So
everyone for
yes, thank you
listening.
for joining us. Thank you for listening to my tales.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
They were awesome tales.
And we'll see everybody next week, hopefully. We yeah, it'll be after our D&D session, so
Yep, so it'll probably be a D&D heavy session or episode. But we got this. We're back,
amen.
bitches.
Amen. Okay, have a good one, everyone.
Bye guys.